An even more serious problem that I discovered in week 3. Something conventional tutorials never warn you about. My internal sensors began detecting a critical system imbalance. My shoulders were rounding forward, my chest was chronically tight, and my back was getting disproportionately weak. Because every push-up is essentially a pushing movement. When you only push and never pull, when you only contract the front and never activate the posterior chain, your body loses fundamental biomechanical balance. You're building strength in the anterior chain while completely neglecting the stabilizing muscles of the back. That's how you end up with chronic shoulder pain, compromised posture, and a body that looks strong but moves dysfunctionally. The problem wasn't doing 50 push-ups. The problem was doing only 50 push-ups without balancing the system. If you want to implement the protocol correctly and get real, sustainable results, you need 3 fundamental pillars. First, balance your training with engineering-level intelligence. For every pushing movement, add an equivalent pulling movement. Bodyweight rows, pull-ups, or resistance band pulls. These exercises keep your shoulders stable, prevent injuries, and ensure you're building a balanced physique, not just a muscular facade. Second, respect the system's recovery cycles. Your muscles don't grow during training. They grow during the repair process that happens during rest. 2 full recovery days per week do more for your progress than daily overload that only accumulates fatigue without allowing adaptation. You've probably heard the promise before. Do 50 push-ups every day and you'll build a chest of steel. It sounds simple, almost obvious, like a basic algorithm anyone can follow. I thought the exact same thing. As someone who always chased efficiency, I knew that consistent repetition creates measurable results, or at least that's what all the data suggested. So I decided to implement the full protocol. 50 push-ups every day, no exceptions, no excuses. What began as a personal optimization experiment turned into something completely different from what my initial calculations predicted. Because the truth is, doing 50 push-ups a day does transform your body, but not in the way basic tutorials make you believe. This is Iron Core, and today we're going to break the code. In the first days of the protocol, reality hit hard. Pain, pure, genuine pain running through every fiber of my chest. My arms trembled at the 15th rep, my form completely collapsed at the 20th. I had to split the 50 into fragmented sets just to complete the daily protocol. 5 here, 8 there, resting more than actually training. My ego was in pieces, but I stayed consistent because the data doesn't lie. The system needs time to adapt. Then something interesting happened in the second week. The sharp pain was replaced by a growing sense of power. My sets got longer, my form steadier. 15 reps now felt easy, 20 flowed with perfect control. My chest was visibly firmer, my triceps were starting to show real definition. This was exactly when I entered what I call the protocol's honeymoon phase. Fast results, explosive confidence, that addictive feeling of exponential progress. It's dangerous because you start to feel invincible. You believe you've discovered the ultimate hack for building strength. But it's exactly when you feel on top that the system hits its critical limit. Here's the fundamental problem no one mentions. Your muscles operate as an adaptive stress response system. They grow when faced with progressively greater demands that force cellular adaptation. But if the input never changes, if the stress remains constant, the output simply stagnates. That's basic programming. Third, calibrate your technique to absolute perfection. 10 push-ups with flawless biomechanical form build more muscle than 50 sloppy reps. Keep your elbows at a 45-degree angle, not flared out. Brace your core as if you're protecting it from an impact. Squeeze your glutes to maintain a neutral spine. Lower until your chest nearly touches the ground, not halfway. Move with deliberate control, not momentum and compensation. After 30 days of implementing the protocol correctly, I was undeniably stronger. My core was tighter, my upper body more defined, and I felt mentally sharper than before. But the most valuable lesson this experiment taught me wasn't physical, it was psychological. Doing 50 push-ups every day didn't just build my chest. It built unshakable consistency, self-imposed discipline, and the deep understanding that real progress doesn't come from doing more reps, it comes from doing each rep better. Because anyone can do push-ups for volume, but only those who understand the system do them with purpose. If you want to take on this challenge, do it with the intelligence of an engineer, alternate push days with pull days to maintain balance. Vary your grip between normal, close, and wide to activate different muscle fibers. Change your angles between incline, decline, and standard to stimulate constant adaptation. Give your body a constant reason to evolve, not just a constant load to endure. That's how you build strength that lasts decades, not just muscles that impress for a few weeks. So here is your official challenge. Try the 50 push-up protocol for a full 30 days, but do it following the Iron Core protocol. Perfect form with no compensation, intelligent recovery with no guilt, balanced training with no neglect. Because true strength isn't built by counting reps up to 50. It's built by mastering each of those 50 reps with engineering precision. This is Iron Core. Train like a machine, think like a genius, and build strength no gym can replicate. If this protocol made sense to you, leave a comment saying how many push-ups you can do now and where you want to get. Subscribe for more training protocols based on science and engineering, and drop a like if you're ready to take on the 30-day challenge. See you in the next protocol.